His Dark Materials Season 3 official trailer dropped a day ago. We're filming today. We're going to break it down a lot. I have a lot to say. Spoilers just in case if you haven't seen the trailer. Welcome back to AsArt. My name is Nick, and I have Kyle here with me. Go check him out on Instagram, Pecos with a 0. He's a super talented artist. We did the tease trailer review. We've done breakdowns on His Dark Material. What is dust? What are angels? We reviewed Season 2. We do a lot of His Dark Material stuff here. The official trailer has dropped.
Dropped. Yep.
And there's a lot to go over in this, and we're just going to dive right in. If you want to subscribe and follow us, we have tons of His Dark Materials stuff here. Comment down below deep dives you would like us to do too. We have a lot of deep dive videos, but yeah, let's go. Let's just jump right into this.
Yep, taking a nice long draw from this delicious milkshake.
Yes.
This trailer looks to more or less like take us in in a chronological progression of the book.
Almost,
and like touch on the major story beats. I felt like,
yeah,
right,
because we kind of start off with like her dreaming of the land of the dead.
Yes. So that's the thing. It looks like she's kind of like in like that industrial wasteland kind of deal, which wasn't that something from the subtle knife where Will is like cutting open holes and he sees these like workers trudging
That was, I
to
think,
like this
something like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's okay. That's kind of cool. We might see a little bit of that.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
it's
really
a
cool.
little tidbit, but nothing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
nothing major. But that's pretty neat.
And
So like,
then-
I guess now Lyra's in this,
Yes,
you know,
in this dream state, world.
hearing Roger's voice.
Exactly.
you know.
Where I always just pictured it as like a dark void.
Yeah.
Like every time she was in the dream and she was like, Roger, Roger.
Yeah.
And then a big difference from the book. It's not a cave. It's a house on the side of the cliff.
Yes.
And there's a bed. And it was just like, whoa, it's so interesting because I always pictured it as a cave because, you know, in the books, spoilers if you haven't read the books, the way they sneak in to get her out and all that stuff is very much has to do with the cave and the opening of the cave.
It's very low tech.
Yeah. So
Also, I wonder if that means they're going to nix out the locals that come to come to see them.
because she doesn't seem so out of it. It looks like she's actually talking to her mom at moments and stuff like that. So, which is good because that could build for great story.
Yes.
And like they changed some stuff with Mrs. Coulter too in the seasons, but I liked it because it gets more backstory on her because we don't get to see too much of Mrs. Coulter throughout the books. We see her do her evil things, but the show's really diving into her character, and it's really been fun. That's been
I do
really
like
fun
that.
about
I like
show.
that they're filling that in,
Yeah,
right?
really
They're
cool.
making her more well-rounded. Also, like, I don't know about you, man, but like, so timestamp. Sorry, everyone. I'm going to be calling out a lot of timestamps here, but timestamp 12.
Okay.
At 12 seconds, that is.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Is that the Basalt Fortress, or is that just a staging ground?
You know,
for
I was
Lord Asriel's
very confused about that too. I didn't know if it was just like a army campground.
Because I'm like, bro, this is this the Basalt Fortress? This looks like a platform for the intention craft or something.
Exactly, because it's very just like it looks like a 2-layered cake.
Yeah.
That's like it with armies and like tents around.
Surprise! It's a wedding,
which is interesting because it's nothing I ever visualized while reading the book.
Yeah,
which is just different, and everyone has different opinions and stuff, and budget constraints and all that.
This is true.
Speaking about budget constraints. So Balthamos, we really see him like just standing there.
That's the thing. I'm pretty sure that's Balthamos, right? Because he's just like kind of like, aha, I am opaque, and you can't see through me, right?
At times, right?
And then in that one shot, we see another angel, and they're almost transparent, right?
And what I'm
like
guessing
glass.
is Baruch.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing, right?
That's why I was so confused, like why he's so transparent. And then it looks like we even get a close up of Baruch of just his side profile, and he's not transparent. He's very just there, which is I thought it's so funny because when I read the books, it's like you barely get a little bit of a glimpse depending on the light. Like it's like they're not even there. Like they're invisible for the most part. And I know they can project themselves as forms, like we know with the bird. Balthamos takes shapes of a bird, a physical bird that people can see. So I'm guessing he can physically show Will who he is. But it was never described that way in the book.
Yeah, they were always like they can be seen the best during dusk and twilight,
Yes.
right? Like in the morning and in before night.
So that could be a VFX budget, though.
Just like, that's true, right? But that's the thing, though. They could totally have saved on the VFX budget because they wouldn't have to show them for the day and night shots.
They just have to have a string with like a tree branch moving around, or a sandwich when he eats. Have the sandwich floating around.
And it would add to their mystery. I don't know. That's clearly Nick and I have opinions on the angels. But
by the way, we did a great breakdown on angels, so go ahead and follow that breakdown. We're really attached to these angels, and now we're really attached.
So and Nick, maybe you can help me clear this up, kind of switching to another timestamp at 22 seconds. So we see the clouded mountain, or the chariot as it's sometimes called, which is like the city of heaven, or like the fortress of heaven. Now that's the thing. Is it like, I forget, is it a mobile world kind of that can like traverse the multiverse?
So, right?
Or is it like some sort of perpendicularity of them all? Like it exists
maybe
in
it's
all
like
of them.
the center of them all kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Because that's the thing. We see it loom over the amassed forces of Lord Asriel's, right? So
I kind of pictured it like Castle in the Sky kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like a cloud that kind of moves around and never.
And I like that we don't necessarily see all of its form. It's always shrouded in which is true to the book, really.
Yes.
Right.
And to speak on that too, we got some major epic battle shots in the sky.
Yes.
Even more than the last trailer, which was really cool to see. It was just really cool.
So actually, speaking on that, since you just mentioned that, so I didn't realize until seeing this, and then I went back and watched the original trailer. I didn't realize that the shot was at the back of the Intention Craft. So we're behind. So what they're facing is the amassed army of the Authority, not their forces. We see the witches with the Intention Craft. But everything else, those red and orange beings, are like the angels of the clouded mountain. So it's like,
and then the specters come in later, right, into the battle. It's like they're fighting.
The specters are a part of the battle. Yeah.
When the specters come, that's when the ghosts comes, right? Because the ghosts were able to fight off the specters.
Yes,
or something like that, right? It was
they were able to maintain their corporeal forms, or like their semi-corporeal forms, for a little bit.
Yeah. I did book spoiler. Sorry about that. And then is it Father Gomez, the hunter?
Yes, Father Gomez.
Lot of Father Gomez and his beetle.
A lot of build up for Father Gomez
and his beetle.
And his beetle demon. So that's the thing. So I wonder if I'm going to feel the same way about the scene that's going to happen with him versus how I felt when I read it in the books. I was so sad when that happened. I was like, no, like I don't want to spoil it.
We're not going to go any farther. But if you watch our in-depth breakdowns, we may cover it. So follow our other historic material videos. We're not doing it here for the teaser. And then, okay, you were right about our little friends. You want to talk about our little friends, because I did not see dragonflies anywhere.
So timestamp 136, folks. I really looked at this frame by frame, and I'm pretty sure this confirms the Galavespians will not have dragonflies. They will be pixie people.
Yeah.
And because in the next shot after the one with Lord Asriel coming from the front, we see all three Galavespians, which I am assuming are Tialis, Salmakia, and Lord Roke himself.
Yeah, so probably, right, because we're probably going to get to know them before they sneak onto the ships and all that stuff. Yeah. Oh no, they were already snuck on the ships. Weren't they hiding on the ships, getting information? The of the Authority, and then they hatch their dragons and they get there first.
I think you're right.
It's something like that, but we know there's more than three.
Right. There's more. Yeah, that's true. So who knows? This could be like another unit.
I don't see them flying around with Will and Lyra in any of the shots.
Oh, Nicholas, you're right.
So I don't even know if they're going to even include them. And it's such a big part of the for us. It's such a big part.
Again,
by the way,
we're
VFX designing
budget rears its ugly head.
By the way, we're designing some really cool shirts.
Yes.
That goes along with dragonflies and stuff like that. That's all I'm going to tease here. But go to AsArt.space for all of our shirts. It'll probably be there when the show releases. Oh man, I know that was a rough one. I couldn't spot them anywhere, even when they're in the desert planet and them talking and stuff, you would think you would just see even when they're in the land of the dead. I don't see them flying above, and that's a huge part because they go and they find people and they bring them back. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a whole thing, but
I mean, they're really helpful. They're like really cool sidekick companions. Now, while it looks like the VFX budget, I think I know what they spent most of it on, Nick. And you pointed this out to me. I actually, before the show, everyone, I had to go back and watch a shot because Nick's eyes are keener than mine. I didn't realize at timestamp 127, we see the Mulefa, or at least the backs of them in the distance, right? And I'm like, oh crap, because I didn't know. I noticed the seed pod trees, right?
That's what they want you to look at.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And the thing is like I hope they spent most of that VFX budget on the Mulefa because it looks like they're like orange, like red fur kind of, like kind of furry, might be kind of woolly mammothy.
Oh yeah, or that. Of. Yeah, but they kind of remind me of like Winnie the Pooh because they got little ears.
Oh
like
yeah,
this.
Yep.
But I'm excited to see them. I'm happy we didn't get a full reveal because I feel like this trailer shows a lot. And for book readers, it's like it's cool for book readers because like, oh, they're doing that to get you excited. But it's not cool if you don't want to. If you kind of want to be surprised by the story, they're really showing a lot, which is very interesting.
So, that's true. We even along with like some of the dialogue we hear.
Yeah.
It's kind of telling a very short version of the story. Like I was talking about the story beats. Yep. The dialogue accompanies those sort of beats, and it's like you get the idea. Oh, I see what the stakes are.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's not too much. I don't know what the fans think. Of the show, but
let us know what you think in the comments down below too, because always interested.
Actually, Nick, one question for you, because last time when we covered the teaser trailer. How do you feel about the trees, the seed pod trees? Did they meet your expectations?
I thought it was going to be more foresty. I love how they look. It's really cool, but they're like in bunches, which is fine. Yep. I totally get it too. I like the style of it, but I love like how they almost go out like a broccoli. It's really cool.
Yeah, like a broccoli. Yeah, like I think like my guess was why they did that is it's showing that, remember, these trees are the things that proliferate dust in this world. Yeah. And like because the rifts are sucking out the dust, that their numbers are dwindling and they're slowly dying off. True. So they're in these isolated clumps.
And we get a shot of that.
Yeah.
We get a shot of that, which is really cool. And then there's a intense scene of Lyra screaming, and it's like hazy in the background. I think that's the boat scream.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I honestly think that's the boat scream.
Also, the falling it's the falling shot.
Oh my gosh, that was such a spoiler.
Followed by the harpy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we got to talk about that because it did not look like the character from the book that they're supposed to be fighting with.
Right.
So I'm like, are they replacing that character? I'm not going to say the character's name for spoilers purposes and stuff, but are they replacing him with Father President or the main guy? You think?
Oh my god!
Because he's kind of wearing like a dark suit. I'm like, oh boy.
No, Nick. Oh my goodness.
Are you trying to go back and look at that screenshot?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, hold on. Let's find it really quickly.
If I can. It's
towards the end of the trailer, I think.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. So right before the harpy scene. Oh no. You see what I'm talking about, right? Oh, Nick. This is happening live, everyone. My realization, Nick.
Yeah.
I desperately don't want you to be right, but
it just doesn't look like who it should be.
No, it doesn't look like it.
And the other two characters look like who they should be.
Yes, correct.
With their demons. So it's just like,
correct.
And we know that moment from the book and we know where they're going, and they don't go to heaven where the angels fly to go to the lake of fire and fry.
Oh my God.
See them again. Oh, come on, Nirvana. Okay.
Oh, Nick, that might.
Yep. I know.
Yeah, I'm feeling conflicted now.
It's tough for book people. I understand.
It's tough. It's tough.
I totally understand the Rings of Power people that were really angry about the book differences and stuff, because I get it. I'm feeling it right here for some moments here, but I was very pleased with season 1 and 2. So if they can counter it with other things, it happened with the Lord of the Rings. We didn't get certain characters and not everything worked out the same way, but it's still a good story. So as long as they keep a good beat or a good reason why that fight happens, then that would be pretty amazing. But I mean, there is a moment though too in the book. Spoilers, just in case you haven't read the book. When I don't want to say the character's name because I don't want to spoil too much, but when Mrs. Coulter goes to the fortress to talk to this character, doesn't he have to put a robe on or something too because of the way he's so bright? Like she couldn't look at him. So I don't know if this is going to be like an outfit that he wears or something like that too. So maybe he transforms or he converts the way he looks to shelter the eyes.
Nick, look at how the tables have turned. With Rings of Power, it was me trying to be all positive. Now you're like, you know what?
Saying, no, I'm giving HBO Max so much more credit than Amazon. I know, but they do great stuff. HBO Max does great stuff overall. So, right?
That's true.
Right? I would say.
No, I'm in agreement there.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Next point. Okay, to the next falling shot. I can't believe they showed that falling shot.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah,
I mean, for us, we know what it is. We knew it was going to happen anyways. It's not like a spoiler for us. But for people who don't know, it's just like...
It would have been a good, like, not seeing it coming and then it happened, right? It would have been a great moment.
And then, I had the other falling thing right after that note. No name. And then...
I really like the last shot. So it's with Lyra and Will.
Oh, with the battle going on?
Seeing the battle from afar, right? You can kind of see the scale, right? You see the gathering cloud and then like the maelstrom,
Which is really intense because it's so much different than the book. The book, I think they open up right into the battle. And there's chaos pursuit. It just like goes on, right? So it's like, you're trying to follow them through this battle and like different people are guiding them different ways and are telling them which way to go because they're looking for, I don't want to say anything. I don't want the spoilers, but they're looking for something and they couldn't find them. So it was like this adventure to find them somewhere. The other people were looking for the same thing too at the same time. So it's just like a crazy tense scene.
And the forces just end up meeting. Right, and it turns into a huge engagement.
And then the ghosts come in, and then this comes in, and that comes in, and boom, boom, and then which is interesting too because we didn't get too much battle story in the book. That's it. Basically, that little summary I did. That's all we get of this epic battle. Where I'm afraid they're gonna do battle, which will take away from story.
Right.
And VFX budgets, which could have been dragonflies.
That's true. Oh, they made a choice, and they.
One thing too that was kind of bugging me: where do they get the lanterns in the Land of the Dead? Everyone has lanterns.
Great question.
So I don't like. Is that the suburb of the Land of the Dead, or is that the Land of the Dead? So
I want to say it's the suburb because we know that the suburb has fire and also electricity to a very small degree.
That's right.
It has like some like really scant light bulbs. Everything's really crummy.
Yes.
In the suburbs of the Land of the
Dead. But
it
definitely looked like they were in the Land of the Dead. Well, I mean, I guess if they get the lanterns in the suburbs, they can take it with them to the Land of the Dead kind of thing.
Right.
So.
Or maybe not. Maybe the boat.
But no one's flying
really
around them, which is getting me. We love our.
Yeah, it's because like it's great because you think the Land of the Dead, it's so drab and dreary. Yeah. And these Galavespians are like these little points of color, right? The blue and
the
like red, yellow.
Too.
Yeah.
They're like life. And I think there's even a moment in the book too where the ghosts see the dragonflies and they get hope of their demon again. You know what I mean? They're like, oh my gosh, they kind of like they get the memory and the joy back, but I don't know how they're gonna do that. There's going to be a slug everywhere. On that note, let us know what you thought of the His Dark Materials trailer. We just did our best to break it down. We're going to be doing deep dives on different topics. We're going to be doing the Land of the Dead. We're going to be doing the Harpies. We'll probably be doing the Boatman. We're going to be doing a lot of other fun stuff here. God in the Glass Box. I don't know. We're going to throw out titles. Let us know down below what you want us to cover. And go follow Kyle on Instagram, Pegasus with a 0. He's a super talented artist. He's going to be doing cool shirt designs for us. So go follow him if you want to get a teaser before we even talk about it here. He may be posting stuff. I'm not going to speak for him. But if you go to AsArt.space, you can find audio, video links, and...
Which means I now have to post.
And where to get the shirts. And yes, Kyle, you must post.
Yes.
The algorithm wants you to post. And on that note, we'll see you on the next AsArt. Mulefas are back. Mulefas.
Yep.